Good, good. Good, lovely. I'm not going to look at the photographs because I think I'm going to do a video on it, but I've just collected an iPad that I haven't had in about 3-4 years, because the guy in the shop just reminded me that he just rang me up. He does all my phone repair, but he was like, I've just found your iPad. You've got an old iPad. I think it's like my daughter's or something. And I was like, that I'd put aside for her to use, and it never got used. And for whatever reason, he's just rung me up and gone, oh, there's an iPad. And there's so many, and it's like a time capsule. So I'm going to do a video where I just literally go through all the photographs and talk about it. But yeah, it's really weird. I'm trying not to look at too many, but it's kind of quite powerful. Shall I use it today for our listening work? Possibly not. Yeah, do you know what I'm gonna? Yeah, I will do. Lovely. So let's start at should we start at the bottom of the top? So off you go. So Tia, you're at the top right. Can you say for me I found a photograph of me when I was how old am I? 4 years old. No, 5 years old. I found a photograph of me when I was 5 years old.
J'ai trouvé une photo de moi-même quand j'avais...
De moi. J'ai trouvé une photo de moi. Mm-hmm.
J'ai trouvé une photo de moi quand j'avais 5 ans.
Good. Which one do you think I am, left or right?
Right.
Am I that one or that one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I thought right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually. Yeah, that's me.
I was
okay. No. Yeah, that's that one's me. Yeah, that one's. That's me. Good. Lovely. I love Tia said to me, I love the colour of these photographs from the 70s and 80s. I love the colour of the photographs from the 70s and 80s.
J'aime la couleur des photos des années
60.
Des années 70.
Good. Denise, it's my grandmother when she got married. It's my grandmother when she got married. Let me find a better photo. Yeah, say for me, it's my grandmother when she got married. It's my grandmother when she got married. Can you see how this poor man has got exactly the same face as me? That's my grandpa. So say for me, it's my grandmother when she got married.
C'est ma grand-mère quand elle est mariée.
Elle s'est mariée. Good. Here, she's older. Here, she's older. Yeah.
Ici, elle est plus âgée.
Good. I don't know, Brendan, I don't know why my best friend is smiling in front of the door. I don't know why my best friend is smiling in front of the door.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi ma meilleure amie est sourire.
No. Brendan, say for me Luke is eating. Say for me Luke is eating.
Luke mange.
So, say for me my best friend is smiling.
Mon meilleur ami.
Feminine.
Mon ami.
Ma meilleure amie.
Ma meilleure amie est.
So in short, guys, you're used to saying mon ami, whether it's male or female, but if it's like best feminine, ma meilleure amie, because you've got the meilleur, which is going to separate the mon now. So you can go back to being feminine. Ma meilleure amie. Lovely.
Ma
Souris.
meilleure
Je ne sais pas pourquoi ma meilleure amie sourit. Stephanie?
Je ne sais pas pourquoi ma meilleure amie sourit.
Good. My friend Ed got tattooed. And I went with him, although I get a bit panicky about people getting tattoos, but I went with the guy. So my friend Ed got tattooed, which is causative, reflexive, Brendan.
Okay. Mon ami Fred.
His name is Ed. His name is Ed. It's not too hard. My friend Ed got tattooed.
Attends. Mon ami Ed s'est tatoué.
Where's the causative? He didn't tattoo himself. Safe.
So, s'est fait tatoué.
Good. Where are we? My ex wasn't normal. My ex wasn't normal. Jesus Christ. Save me, my ex wasn't normal.
Non.
My ex. What's my ex? Brendan, I can't hear you. My ex wasn't normal.
Mon ex n'est pas normal.
Wasn't. Focus.
Mon ex n'était pas normal.
Lovely. Brie. This photo is frightening because afterwards I had an operation. I got skin cancer on my back and I've literally got a photograph of the day I got burnt. So Stephanie, this photo is frightening because afterwards I had an operation. Obviously 3-4 years afterwards, but you know, so this photograph is frightening because afterwards I had an operation.
Cette photo, ça fait
peur or est effrayante. Est effrayante. Can you see the red on the back? Yeah, so cette photo est effrayante because afterwards I had an operation.
Cette photo est effrayante parce que après j'ai une opération.
I had an operation.
J'avais une.
An action is taking place.
J'ai une opération.
Good. You all panic over TION. Just say sion, like an S, opération.
J'ai une.
Slide. Stop the panic. Slide. J'ai eu une opération.
J'ai eu une opération.
Stop the panic, Brie. J'ai eu une opération.
J'ai eu une opération.
Lovely. That was nice. All right. For Brie, for once, my mom is wearing something elegant. For once, my mom is wearing something elegant. Brie. I can't hear you, Brie.
Pour une fois, ma mère pour une fois, ma mère.
You have all done this, people. Listen to Auntie Lukey. Right, let's talk about this shirt. Okay, so we have the verb where we are going to mention the name of the shirt. We've done this, people. I'm not happy. Mettre la chemise. Je vais mettre la chemise. Je vais porter la chemise. Je vais enlever la chemise. To get dressed, je vais m'habiller, not saying what the item is. Je vais me déshabiller, not saying what the item is. So if I'm saying about wearing and then specifically what it is, there's no s'habiller or se déshabiller. It's going to be either mettre, porter, or enlever. All right. So my mom's wearing something elegant. What's that going to be? I can't hear you, Brie.
Pour une fois, ma mère porte
Bree. Lukey loves you. This is an ER verb, and I've told you what the verb is. Speak quickly. Come on, my girl. You're a bright girl and you're advanced. My mum's wearing something elegant. Go. Come on, we can't do this. Word. You can't do that in a bar in France. Come on, my darling. You're very capable. Fast. The body might be tired, but your brain isn't. Off you go. Come on.
ma mère porte quelque chose d'élégant.
Good. And now this is going to give us a decent muscle memory. Better. Quelque chose d'élégant. We ain't going to get a muscle memory worth shit if we don't go at it fast enough. Off you go again, Brie. Ma mère porte quelque chose d'élégant. Go on.
Ma mère porte quelque chose d'élégant.
Good. Get your mouth used to going at that speed. It's just laziness. And I don't mean that cruelly, but it's laziness for all of you. If you're like, ma mère porte. No one speaks like that. Ma mère porte quelque chose d'élégant. Go.
Ma mère porte quelque chose d'élégant.
Did you hear how gorgeous that sounded on you? Nice, small consonants. Good. All right. Don't practice at a sort of less than speed. Good. Brendan. No, Tia. I used to work with this little boy at the hospital.
J'ai travaillé avec ce petit garçon à l'hôpital.
You need to go faster. Okay. It's crazy when I think of him because now he's 15. It's also crazy when I think how big my arms used to be before this medication. But so it's crazy when I think of him because now he's 15.
C'est fou quand je pense à lui parce que maintenant il a 15 ans.
Faster.
C'est fou quand je pense à lui parce que maintenant il a 15 ans.
Good. My mom has 2 cars. Denise, my mom has 2 cars. Feminine. The one she uses every day, which I don't even know if it's fully insured. Yes, it is. But it's worth $200. And this one, which she doesn't use all the time, it's a Morgan, which you can imagine. It's also got no suspension for love nor money. So you feel every damn pebble in your ass. My mum's got 2 cars. The one she uses every day and the one and one which costs £200. Like seriously, I swear to God, I think she bought it from a scrap metal dealer. Off you go. So my mom's got 2 cars. The one she uses every day. No, the one that she doesn't use every day, and one which costs £200. Pounds will be livres. Off you go.
Ma mère a 2 voitures, celle qu'elle utilise tous les jours et l'autre qui coûte 200 points.
So celle qu'elle n'utilise pas tous les jours, the one she doesn't use every day, and the one which costs £200. Celle qui coûte, ou celle qui a coûté 200 livres. Good. Brendan. Luke, this poor animal makes me think of Brendan. Imagine that you're using the third person. Luke, this poor animal makes me think of Brendan because Luke has to use a lot of... Oh, no, that's my daughter. I don't know. Luke has to use a lot... Oh, no, it's not. It's my niece. Luke has to use a lot of discipline. This poor animal... This poor animal makes me think of Brendan because Luke has to use a lot of discipline. Off you go.
C'est animal.
Ce pauvre animal. Now, pauvre on the left or pauvre on the right? What's the difference? The video that you guys need to watch is Logic Language Learning space adjectives. And the video that comes up talks about certain adjectives having a figurative and a literal incarnation. So what is the literal function of poor, Brendan? Money. What's the figurative function of poor? No, poor Luke. And poor, when it's figurative, goes before and literal goes afterwards. So for example, you often see adjectives where the placement of the adjective before or after changes it. So for example, oh, la pauvre femme, the poor woman, versus c'est une femme pauvre, a poor woman. Yeah, une certaine femme, figuratively, like I'm after a certain woman rather than une femme certaine, which is like a woman who knows her own mind. Un grand homme versus un homme grand. Like a big man versus, whatever. Propre, ma propre maison versus ma maison propre, my own house versus my clean house. So that's a really good adjectives video to watch. Can we agree to watch that? Good. So go again, Brendan.
Ces pauvres animaux m'a fait... Non, pardon. Ces pauvres animaux me fait...
Ce pauvre animal.
Ce pauvre animal me fait penser à Brendan.
Good, because I need to use a lot of discipline.
Parce que j'ai besoin d'utiliser beaucoup de discipline.
J'ai besoin d'utiliser. Am I going to allow that?
Non, parce que je dois utiliser beaucoup de discipline.
Good. Who comes next after Brendan? Is it Brie? Here is a beautiful photograph of Besançon. Here is a beautiful photograph of Besançon where Luc does language trips. Here is a beautiful photograph of Besançon where Luc does language trips.
Voici est une belle photo.
Voici doesn't need a verb. Voici une belle photo. Voici une belle photo. It's like, see here a beautiful photo. Voici une belle photo. Yeah.
Voici une belle photo où Luc. Voici une belle photo à Besançon.
De Besançon. A beautiful photograph of Besançon. Yeah.
Voici une belle photo de Besançon.
Faster.
Voici une belle photo de Besançon.
Where Luc does language trips. Up you go, Brie, you can do it.
Luc fait les...
Beginning with an S, the word for a trip, beginning with an S.
Luc fait...
Séjour.
Oh, les séjours.
Good. Okay. Language. What adjective pertains to language? Des séjours linguistiques.
Les séjours linguistiques.
Nice. So Luc fait this because he's not doing all language trips. So is it day or late? Day. Voici une belle photo de Besançon où Luc fait des séjours linguistiques. Off you go.
Voici une belle photo de Besançon où Luc fait
Des voitures linguistiques.
des séjours linguistiques.
Sorry, des voitures, des séjours linguistiques. Lovely.
Des séjours linguistiques.
Tia, I have no idea why somebody wrote this word because it's in France, but Tom looks very proud. I have no idea why somebody wrote this word because it's in France.
Je n'ai aucune idée pourquoi.
Je n'ai aucune. You still need to have, yeah?
Je n'ai aucune idée.
Je n'ai aucune. Not je n'ai aucune. Je n'ai aucune. I need to have in the middle. Yeah?
Je n'ai aucune idée pourquoi quelqu'un a écrit ce mot parce que c'est en France.
Good. Go again faster.
Je n'ai aucune idée pourquoi quelqu'un a écrit ce mot parce que c'est en France.
Good. Brendan, we'll go this way around. My friend Max decided to drop his trousers for the film. I was filming for the YouTube. This video is on YouTube actually. And I'm filming and I'm going around for this panoramic. Bonjour tout le monde. Alors là, je suis Besançon. And as I panned past him, he dropped his kegs. So my friend Max decided to lower a verb beginning with B. His trousers. Yeah, off you go.
Mon ami Max a décidé de baser ses pantalons.
Oh my God, I'm so bored. I've been over this 5 times in the last 2 weeks with you lot and people in the classes. We've done this. Watch the videos that you are sent for free. Don't forget there's a coffee account. You can ping me something on. I don't mean for this class, I mean for your free videos. Okay. Ugh. What is the verb to fuck, Brendan?
Baiser.
What is the verb to lower, Brendan?
Baser.
No, that would be to be based, wouldn't it? To lower is B-A-I-S-S-E-R. So the vowel goes e and the consonants go s. Let me hear it. Baisser.
Baisser.
Good.
Baiser.
Baiser is fuck. It's two S's in
Baisser.
lower. What's the verb to lower?
Baisser.
Good. Now, because of this, I've now lost the monetization of this bloody video because I've had to say the F word to teach that video. So you can all pissing pay me a coffee to make up for that. Jesus Christ. Baisser is to lower. What's the verb to lower, Bren?
Baisser.
Good girl. And what's the verb to fuck?
Lever.
No, to fuck.
Oh, to fuck.
I don't use
sorry.
good fucking English. I'm just giving you the cultural equivalent. I mean, I say the F word loads, let's be frank, but I don't actually like to talk about making love to somebody in that way, which is quite surprising. I don't mean I don't have an animal libido moment as opposed to tender. It's lovely to combine both, isn't it? But I just don't tend to use that word for that activity. I would rather, in French either, I'd say like, you know, avoir les relations sexuelles. I wouldn't say ils ont baisé. I just wouldn't say that. Weirdly. But the word is baiser. What's the verb to be based? Again?
Baisser.
Brendan, spell the word base in English, please. I can't hear you.
B-A-S-E.
Good. Sit on the microphone. I'm getting bored. Come forward. Good. So, Brendan, how do we pronounce a single S in French when it's got a vowel after it, my love? Is it an S or a Z?
An S.
No.
Z.
Yeah, but that's 50-50, Brendan. And come on, we've done this before. Keep your end of the bargain up. Yeah? Keep your end of the bargain up. You do the bloody homework. How do we pronounce P-O-S-E-R? P-O-S-E-R.
Buzz.
With the R on the end?
Buzzer.
Good man. And how do we pronounce P-O-U-S-S-E-R? How do we pronounce that, Brendan?
Pousse.
Thank you.
Pousse.
So two S's make an S and one S makes a Z. Agreed?
Yes.
So say to me, pousse.
Pousse.
Pose.
Buzzer.
So go back to the verb to be based, which is B-A-S-E-R. How do we pronounce that word?
Baser.
Good. Don't drag it on. Don't make it baser because it becomes an S. Baser. It needs to be shorter. All right. Good. So baser, baiser, and baisser. All right.
Baser, baisser, and baisser.
Good. What else is there? Interesting. Brendan, another one for you. Norbury. Where the hell is Norbury? I mean, I know Norbury Junction, but like, I don't know why I took a photograph of my breakfast. That's quite tragic, but I do love a cooked breakfast. I don't know why I took a photograph of my breakfast. Off you go, Brendan.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi j'ai pris en photo de mon petit déjeuner.
Nice work, nice speed. A kick at the arse does some good. Good. Why did I have this? Oh yeah, because it was so I knew what I was taking with me. I always take photographs of what things I'm taking with me on holiday. Denise, I took a photograph of all of my products. I took a photograph of all of my products. Sorry, Denise, I can't hear you.
Yeah, there's a background noise. I'm not sure.
That doesn't mean you can't speak, my love. There's a background noise in life. There's a background noise in life. Stop making excuses or what. Otherwise, when we come to Besançon, you're going to fall flat on your ass because there'll be so much as a bird farting and you will need to sit down and have an inhaler. Speak over the noise. Off you go.
J'ai pris une photo de tous mes produits.
Gorgeous. Speak louder than the traffic noise. You've heard my classes. I will walk by the side of a main road on purpose. God, we can't be like, oh, I'm so sorry. My daughter has the radio on. No one in the house can speak. Get over it. Yeah, good. Damn, I was dead good at that shit then. What is this? This butterfly is the same as the one my grandma used to have on her house, because she it's like a Welsh thing to have like metal butterflies on the front of the house sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever seen that, Brendan? Not drive, you know. So say for me, this butterfly is the same as the one my grandma used to have in front of her house. No, sorry, I apologize, on her house.
Cette papillon est la même que ma grand-mère.
The one my grandma, yeah. So let's start again. Butterfly is masculine. So this butterfly.
Ce papillon est la même.
If we've just done ce papillon, what are we going to be doing with the same?
Le même. Sorry. Ce papillon est le même que ma grand-mère.
This butterfly, masculine.
Le même.
This butterfly, start again. Let me hear this butterfly, because you just changed it.
Ce papillon.
All the way through. This butterfly is the same as the one that my grandma has on. So I want 3 examples here of the masculinity. This butterfly is the same as the one that my grandma has on her house. Up you go.
Ce papillon est le même.
Faster. As the one, masculine, go. As the one, go.
Ce papillon est le même que le...
Stand still. No, sit on your hands. Sit on your damn hands. Brie, the one. How do I say the one? Masculine.
Okay.
No.
Piss off. Tia, how do I say the one?
Celui.
Thank you. Feeling ashamed, Brie? Feeling ashamed, Denise? I'm not being mean. Have we done this to death? To death, have we? How many times? 36, 37, do you think? Shame on you. The one. Why, Denise? It's a demonstrator. We're demonstrating. It's the same as the one that, you know, celui. Back you go. Back you go. Denise, you. At speed, at adult speed. This butterfly is the same as the one my grandma has on her house. Go, Denise. Speed, go.
Ce papillon est le même.
No. Put Mary Jane down. Speak at speed. Go.
Ce papillon est le même que celui.
Put Mary Jane down and speak at human speed. This butterfly is the same as the one that might work through your French faster. You know the French. Just work harder. Work harder. Up you go, Denise. Work harder. Go.
Ce papillon est le même que celui que ma grand-mère a à sa maison.
Pause. This butterfly is the same as the one my grandma used to have on her house. Both my grandmas are dead. This butterfly is the same as the one my grandma used to have on her house, like physically on her house, because it was on the front. Go. Faster, Denise.
Ce papillon est le même que celui que ma grand-mère avait à sa maison.
Speak at human speed. You've got one more go. Come on, you're a very, very, very good little French speaker now. Get your asses in gear, people. Go.
Ce papillon est le même que ce papillon est le même que celui que ma grand-mère avait sur sa maison.
Good. Work harder. I don't mean this at all horribly. So who's seen Tammy and Amy in £600,000 Sisters or whatever that TV show is? Do you know the girls that I'm on about? Yeah. Have you seen it, Brie?
Yes.
Do you know the show I'm on about?
Yes.
It's like they were literally £600 each. So together they were like £1,000 of whatever. Amy, I think, has had the surgery. Tammy was just like resisting everything. You are not these sisters. You are somebody who's basically more than capable of getting on a treadmill, maybe needs to go a little bit faster. Oh gosh, this is a bit of a workout, but more than within your capabilities, and just a couple of gym sessions of going on that treadmill that little bit faster. Better take my shirt off, it's a little bit warm. Oh, I'm not comfortable, but it will become comfortable. So you just need to be out of your comfort zone. I love that you love it. I mean, really, trust me, I really get that you love it, you know, but it is my job. I'm not a teacher. I'm a language coach. I'm like a personal trainer of language. And what that means is it's not just me explaining what the French is. It's the act of the recall that we need to work on. And that's what people always think I'm a bastard for. But it's like, it's not just hard, like for the sake of it, but work your recall, not just what the knowledge is. Do you know what I mean? And put yourself under stress. Yeah, put yourself under stress. Go a bit faster. I love that we're all friends. I love that it's all cool. And the accent's gorgeous, Denise. Don't get me wrong. But work to be at a human speed. Because you wouldn't in English, with all the love in the world, go, this butterfly. You just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? Good. Good. And also, not being funny, you won't get used to doing stuff otherwise. Lovely. Brie, no. I went to Scotland. Not the best picture. Well, it is the best picture, but it's just not the best picture on the camera. So I went to Scotland with my aunt. Scotland is a country which ends in an E, and there ain't no clever tricks. So that tells you how to say to Scotland. I went to Scotland with my aunt, Brie.
Je suis allée à l'Écossaise avec
Stand still. Watch the video on countries and states, and we've done it in this class. What do we do with a country if it ends in an E? We assume it is feminine. Not all countries. I told you there's no surprise, though. What do we do for a country, Brie, if it ends in an E and we're assuming it's feminine? Which preposition do we use?
En.
Thank you. Back you go. Écossais is Scottish. Écossaise is feminine Scottish. L'Écosse is Scotland. Notice the, but we don't need the if we're using the preposition. Yeah, with the on at any rate. So off you go. So I went to Scotland with my aunt. Off you go.
Je suis allée en Écosse avec ma tante.
Good. Go again. Faster, mouth. Good job.
Je suis allée en Écosse avec ma tante.
Good. Lovely. Oh, we've got albums. I didn't think about doing albums. Let's do places. No. What have we got here? Oh yes. Brendan, we'll go the other way around. This village in Wales is called Portmeirion, and it resembles an Italian village. Have you ever seen Portmeirion pottery, Brendan? Yep. So this village in Wales resembles an Italian bit. Some dude went to Italy, loved Italy, came back, turned a load of the coast in Wales into this Italianate style village. So this village in Wales, Portmeirion, if anybody's interested, Portmeirion. So this village in Wales resembles an Italian village. Go, Brendan.
Ce village en...
We've already had, I believe it was Denise who's given us a nice pronunciation when she remembered the gender of how to say this for a masculine. How are we saying this for a masculine? That's a lovely vowel. Back you go. This village in Wales resembles an Italian village. Go.
Ce village en Pays Galles.
Does Pays have an E in it?
No.
Therefore, are we en or o?
Oh. Ce village en Pays Galles.
Pays de Galles.
En ressemblance
That's quite clever. We don't need that. Just ressemble à un village italien.
un village italien,
Italien ou italien.
italien.
Back we go.
Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble
Pays
un
de
village.
Galles. It's got to do it.
Ce village en Pays de Galles ressemble un
Stop
village.
being a stoner. Speak at human speed.
Ce village en Pays de Galles.
Of course, every single time you've made that grammatical debate, what is it, on or o? Tell me.
Oh. Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble un village
Do we
italien.
pronounce the S on the end of a word? Do we say Galles?
No.
No, we know this. Not being mean. I'm not being mean. I'm forcing you to go faster so that your mouth does this shit instinctively. Up you go. Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble à un village italien. Go.
Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble à un village italien.
Good. Isn't that better? Go again. Listen to Antiluki. Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble à un village italien. Go.
Ce village au Pays de Galles ressemble à un village italien.
Good boy. Christ, I'm not a bitch, but do you understand? You've got to put a stick up your ass sometimes, haven't you? All of you. Good. We aren't on week 5. Good. Much better. Also, notice your listening isn't going to be worth shit if you don't get used to doing this. What have we got? Food, food, food. Fat bastard Luke. Fat bastard Luke. Brendan, do you know that the Headless Duchess social scandal where there was the kind of that lady in aristocracy that was having an affair and she was in the photograph and her head was off and it was just the pearls, called the Dirty Duchess? Do you know that story?
No.
The Duchess of Argyle. I went to where her house was, not on purpose for that, but that's where she was. Tia, it's the dog I bought my mom for Christmas in 2018. Her name is Edie. It's the dog I bought my mom for Christmas in 2018.
C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère pour son anniversaire en 2018.
Now, my mom is a bit of a martyr. She does a lot of charity work, but she ain't our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. So is my mom's birthday Christmas? No. It's the dog I bought my mom for Christmas 2018. Off you go.
C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère pour Noël en 2018.
Go again at human speed. C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère pour Noël 2018. Or en 2018. Go on, human speed.
C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère pour Noël en 2018.
Without the mental pause, get used to using French.
C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère.
J'ai acheté. Are we going to have j'ai acheté, are we?
J'ai acheté.
Back you go. Anybody can correct a single word back all the way from the beginning.
C'est le chien que j'ai acheté pour ma mère pour Noël en 2018.
Lovely. Brendan, the little boy we were speaking about earlier is 9 in this photograph. The little boy we were speaking about earlier is 9 in this photograph.
Le petit garçon que nous avons parlé.
Stand still. Take a hand, form a fist, and pick a side of your face. Now amuse me. Which word Brendan, is going to be used when our original sentence had a de, and we swap the shit round.
Oh. Dans.
Would you care to tell me, honestly, how many times you think I've told you that?
Probably 57.
Really, and quite clearly,
No.
like it's not like I need to go, oh, Luke, maybe you need to analyze why they're still doing that. Maybe they haven't listened. Maybe they don't understand the explanation. Do I ever leave any of you not clear of grammar, or do I make it so that you know what it is? Even if I'm loath to do it and I've got other projects, do I always leave you completely clued in? So whose job is it to remember what I've told you?
This is
Yours.
my job.
Go again. It is what is known as, Brendan, what colour verb is it? What verb is this? Red, blue, or green?
Red.
Good. Up you go. So the little boy we spoke about is 9 in this photograph.
Le petit garçon dont on parle.
We spoke is in the past. We spoke is in the past.
Le petit garçon dont on parlait.
We spoke is an action. We spoke is an action.
Le petit garçon dont on a parlé à 9 heures dans cette photo. Dans ce
9
photo.
o'clock or 9 years? 9 ans.
9 ans.
Don't say 9 heures. You said 9 o'clock. Le petit garçon dont on a parlé à 9 ans dans cette photo. It's not 9 hours. Off you go.
Non. Le petit garçon dont on a parlé.
Brendan, my darling. Brendan. Danton becomes a T, yeah?
Oui, le petit garçon dont on a parlé à 9 ans dans cette photo. Dans cette photo.
All the way through.
Le petit garçon dont on a parlé à 9 ans dans cette photo.
I liked that for carrying it through. Good. Faster, human speed.
Le petit garçon dont on en parlait à 9 ans.
All kinds of different things are coming out. No. On en parle is completely doable, Brendan, but it's not what we're saying here because we've got a don. We can't have a don and an on together.
Le petit garçon dont on a parlé dans cette photo à 9 ans.
And again, faster.
Le petit garçon dont on a parlé dans cette photo à 9 ans.
Good. Now think it and say it.
Le petit garçon dont on en parlait à 9 ans.
Dont on en parlait ou dont on a parlé?
Dont on a parlé à 9 ans dans cette photo.
Lovely.
Le petit garçon dont on parlait à 9 ans dans cette photo.
Lovely. Denise. No, let's go Bree. Let's just change the order. It's a photograph of my maternal grandmother with her sister. It's a photograph of my maternal grandmother with her sister.
C'est une photo de mon grand-mère maternelle.
Was my grandmother identified female?
C'est une photo de ma grand-mère maternelle avec ma mère, avec sa sœur.
Good. Close your mouth down. Say it for me in French. Good job.
C'est une photo de ma grand-mère maternelle avec sa sœur.
Is it grammaire or grand-mère? Now, I know you all love talking about grammaire. What does grammaire mean?
Grammar.
I know. Now, obviously, you'd rather talk about grammar than my grandma. But the fact is, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about my grandma. Up you go. Ma grand-mère.
C'est une photo de mon grand-mère maternelle.
Ma grand-mère. Let me tell you what's going on. Grand is a masculine word, but the joining of grande and mère over time has become grand-mère. We don't say grande-mère, but we say ma grand-mère because she's obviously feminine. C'est une photo de ma grand-mère avec sa sœur. Okay?
C'est une photo de ma grand-mère maternelle avec sa sœur.
Good. Denise. I have a twin brother. You can see him here. I have a brother. You can see him here.
J'ai un frère jumeau, on peut le voir ici.
Good. And again?
J'ai un frère jumeau, on peut le voir ici.
Good. Brendan, I had to wear this scarf to demonstrate the colour to my daughter. Because I bought it her. She's got red hair, so mustardy stuff looks quite good on her. So this is my jokey, like. So what I did was I went, "Oh baby, do you like my new scarf?" And she went, because she'd said she wanted some more mustardy coloured stuff. What she actually said, which was a bit pretentious at the time, God love her, was I think my accessories colour this autumn is going to be mustard. And I went, "Oh, is it?" so yeah. So say for me, I'm wearing this scarf to demonstrate the colour to my daughter. I'm wearing this scarf to demonstrate the colour to my daughter.
Je pense
I can't hear you. Speak up. Speak clearly.
Je pense
I didn't say speak in English. I said speak clearly in French, not je porte.
Je porte ce chapeau pour démontrer le couleur à ma fille.
Not bad vocally. I like that very much. What's the verb to show, Bren?
Montrer.
So nice accent. So what's the verb to demonstrate?
Démontrer.
Lovely. All right, and again?
Je porte ce chapeau pour démontrer le couleur à ma fille.
Good. Tia. You can imagine 4 years ago that my private life was very interesting. you can imagine 4 years ago that my private life was very interesting.
Tu peux imaginer que il y a 4 ans, ma vie privée.
4 ans. We've spoken about this. 4 ans. RE and vowels go r. Yeah, off you go.
Tu peux imaginer qu'il y a 4 ans que ma vie privée était très intéressante.
Good, go again faster.
Tu peux imaginer qu'il y a 4 ans que ma vie privée était très intéressante.
Good. Where are we? Brie, I did this garden for my friend, and every hole was an effort because I had to pierce the concrete because there's been a concrete drive. So if you look, every single plant, there are only baby plants there, required with a concrete cutter. Off we go. So I did this garden for my friend, and every single hole was an effort. Off we go. Do we know the word for hole, Brie? It starts with a T.
No, I don't.
Trou. Off we go. Speak.
J'ai fait le genre. No, je fais ce.
Pause. Get our shit together. I did this garden for my friend, and every hole was an effort. Go.
J'ai fait ce jardin pour mon ami. Chaque tu.
No. Come on. I've done this garden for my friend. We've already spoken about. You've got a verb in the passé composé. You've got a this. When you all stop having a stroke over kind of like this versus the versus a. Come on. You know it's masculine garden. You've just been given the word. I don't need to give you the word 4 or 5 times. You then have a go and me have to remind you later on. You're an adult. It's a 1-syllable word. What's the word for hole I've just given you?
Trop. Trop.
Don't be bloody lazy. Val, listen. Val, listen. Does Lukey not tell you? What's the word for hole? You've been given it. Listen.
Trop.
Trou.
True. Ah,
Hands up. Who's just been listening to consonants, not vowels?
true.
Yeah. Not being mean, Lukey. Do I not go on and on about the natural favour that you will show a consonant rather than a vowel? Do I bore the shit out of you like that? Yes. Come on. I give you a word. You remember that word. I'm not being mean. Yeah. Off you go. I did this guide with my friend. Every hole was an effort. What's the word for hole?
True.
There you go. Is it trou or trou?
True.
Trou, O-U.
Yes. Oh, you.
Or I'll make Denise say it, and you know she doesn't like that vowel. Off you go.
J'ai fait ce jardin pour mon ami. Je...
Memory. Every hole was an effort. Go.
Chaque trou était en affaire.
Good. Well done. Nice accent. Go all the way through fast. Show off. Enjoy yourself.
J'ai fait ce jardin pour mon ami. Je fais ce jardin pour mon ami. Chaque trou était en affaire.
Good. Interesting. God, there really is a lot of stuff here. Tia, I'm trying to find a photograph of her room, of her living room. Salle de séjour. Salle de séjour. I'm trying to find a photograph of her living room. Go.
J'essaie de trouver une
Soften it, soften it. Don't bang me. Oui, alors j'essaie de soften it and don't bang me. Off you go, Brie. Tia, sorry.
J'essaie de trouver une photo de ce salle de séjour.
Of her living room.
De sa salle de séjour.
Go again, like you're being asked to speak rather than being asked to sit in acid. This is an easier thing to do than you making it out. Go.
J'essaie de trouver une photo de sa...
No. What is this weird academic slow stuff? Speak. I'm trying to find a photo of a living room. Go on, speak.
J'essaie de trouver une photo de sa salle de séjour.
Good. Lovely. God, I've got so many photos of cake. No. Boring. Boring. Okay. My auntie's friend Chris has red hair. Brendan, my auntie's friend Chris has red hair.
Le ami de ma tante a...
Brendan, stand still. Which side of your face did we not slap earlier? Could you please say to me, as somebody who's generously been given 2 hours, more or less, every Monday, for pennies, would you please say for me, my auntie's friend? I can't hear you. Speak.
L'ami de ma tante.
Thank you. Would you care to repeat what offensive words you came out with just a few seconds ago?
Le ami.
What did you say?
The offensive.
No, what did you say that was so offensive? What was your first choice?
I use a definite article without the joining.
And in terms of rookie error, how many lessons into French class? How many lessons of French do you think a person needs to really know not to do that?
1.
1 or 2. Do you agree? Off you go. Go again. My auntie's friend has red hair. Go on.
L'ami de ma
Don't
tante
speak to me in
a...
English. Don't speak to me in English.
L'ami de ma tante, cheveux rouges.
Pause. She's not got pillar box red hair. What's the word for red hair that we use? Cheveux rouge.
Cheveux rouges.
Don't make me come after Americans for not being logical. You just said rouge and I just went no. And then you just went rouge again. Do you think in the 3 seconds since I last corrected you that the French Academy has changed the usage of the red hair? No. So
I was thinking rouge here.
I know, my darling girl, but the fact is you'd said a few seconds ago rouge and I went fuck no. So what's the word we use for red when it's hair? It's not rouge, it is cheveux.
Rouge.
Rouge.
Cheveux rouges.
Rouge.
Cheveux rouges.
Lovely.
Cheveux
Like
rouges.
Johnny Depp's character in Shock. Yeah, the guy's got red hair in the book. Roux, okay? Lovely. Yeah, roux, R-O-U. Feminine, rousse. But even though the
Rousse.
lady's feminine, her hair is masculine. Hair is masculine. Les cheveux roux. Okay?
Yes.
Good. So save me. My auntie's friend has got red hair. Go.
L'ami de ma tante a cheveux
Close your
roux.
mouth, close your mouth, close your mouth.
L'ami de ma tante a cheveux roux.
And again?
L'ami de ma tante a
We aren't
cheveux
Mammy,
roux.
we're not Al Jolson. Lemmy, off you go.
L'ami de ma tante a cheveux roux.
Good. I was going to say, we're not having that shit. Lovely. Denise. No. Diagonal. Brie. I love photographs of nature. This one was taken, but Brie, the was is an action. I love photographs of nature. This one was taken in Scotland.
J'adore des photos.
Pause. Am I speaking about generally photographs? Yes. Oui, j'adore les photos. You know, yeah, j'adore les photos. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, so generally, j'adore les photos. Yeah.
J'adore les photos de la nature.
Nice. Did you see that quick consonanty mouth? Well done. J'adore les photos de la nature. Nice, quick consonanty mouth. Brie, good. This one was taken in Scotland.
Celle-ci a pris en
Pause. The
Écosse.
photo, unless you've done a great deal of LSD, did not take another photograph. Yeah? The photo was taken is a passive. In other words, known as the photograph got taken. So what tense am I going to use for an action?
The past.
What tense am I going to use for an action? What do we call it? We don't call it past.
The poetry past.
You meant to say
no,
passé composé, but it began with a P, yes?
Was tense. Was taken.
Listen to Lukey. She's speaking, she's doing her best, and you guys need to fucking listen. When it is an action, which tense are we in? Actions equal what, Brie?
Auxiliaries.
Great. What is the name of the past tense with an auxiliary?
The passé composé.
Nice accent. How would you say this photo was taken? Quickly, before we go any further, what's the adjective for taken? Which is just the past participle of the word to take. So what's the past participle of take?
Pris.
And photo is what gender, as we discovered earlier, to Brendan's surprise?
Feminine, so prise.
Lovely. And so instead of saying, how are we going to say this photo, passé composé there, taken? How do you say this photo was taken? Because we're referring to an action.
Cette photo a prise.
Stand still. The damn photo isn't taking another photo. We are using which verb, Brie, if we're saying this photo was taken? Don't go on the tense, but what verb is that there? What verb is it? But was is from which verb? To
take.
The photo is not taking a photo. Okay? Right. The photo is taken. Every week we do a photo. The photograph will be taken. The photograph was taken. The photograph. What verb are we using in the middle there?
Être.
Good. So do you see, because taken there is an adjective. Does that make sense? Yes?
Right, yes.
Do you see what I'm saying? If you said la photo something something pris, for a
Yeah.
start, if it were have, then it'd be saying the photograph has taken, la photo a pris, which, like I said, would involve quite a lot of hallucinogenic material. Also, Brie, if you're using a past participle, to achieve prise, you would have needed a feminine thing before it, wouldn't you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So in other words, la photo, what is...
La photo était prise.
Stand still. What tense have you just told me goes with an action in the past?
The a prise.
Stand still. You're not a je, it's the photo. Just answer my question. Which tense have you correctly told me we're going to use for the action in the past?
The present.
You've told me. What you've just given me this answer, my darling. What tense are we using? Actions equal what? Actions equal
auxiliary. So the past.
And what does that fucker mean in the past? What tense is that called then? That's no, which you've already told me today is the
été. The
stand still. The name of the tense we are talking about for actions in the past is what, Brie?
The passé composé.
Thank you. And what with a bloody photo is that verb?
It has to be avoir.
Good job. So put for me, let's say il for a second, let's say he to make life easier. Could you say he and then the relevant conjugation of the verb to be in that tense? Off you go, Brie. Brie, say for me he is.
Il est.
Say for me he was, my darling.
Il était.
Say for me he will be.
Il sera.
Good accent. He would be.
Il serait.
Look how clever you are. Subjunctive he, that he be. C'est intéressant qu'il
soit.
Good job, you. We haven't, and then avant d'être, yada yada, yawn. Have we so far, my love, used an auxiliary?
Yeah. No.
Good. Don't test me. Oh my God. Now we need to go on to the bottom line. Do you agree that we're going on to the bottom line?
Right. Yes, I do.
And what word is going to now be used on the bottom line if you're using the verb to be?
Auxiliaries.
Great. And the verb to be, does it use, I know it's the verb to be, but does it use have or be as its auxiliary?
Be.
The verb to be uses which verb as its auxiliary, have or be?
Have.
Say for me, I have been. Like I have been to Paris.
J'étais allé.
No. Right. Listen to me properly because you're racing to solve the problem that you've made rather than trying to learn some new stuff. Listen to me properly. What is my verb order? It is give me the whole verb order. It is present.
Present was, will, would.
That's it. And good job. And do we then acknowledge that that word order is also the order that you're going to go in with the auxiliaries underneath? Yes?
Right, yes.
So what tense does that therefore mean we have to have as the auxiliary? Not the whole thing, but what tense is the auxiliary going to be for number one on the bottom line?
It's going to be present.
It is indeed. And say for me, I have been. And we've accepted that it's using the verb to be. It's using the verb to have in the middle.
J'ai.
And what's the past participle of the verb to be? What confuses you lot is two things. These are the two things that break your brain here. Three things. Problem number one. Listen. Problem number one. Be is not a be verb. It is in Italian, incidentally, but it's not in French. J'ai été. Tu as été. So the fact is be uses have. Are we all clear on that problem number one, yeah? Next problem. Été, the past participle, E-T-E. Do we acknowledge, Brie, that that bitch completely sounds like été as in was, yes?
Right, yes.
Yep. Problem number three. Été as an auxiliary exists on a be verb. as you've just demonstrated, albeit wrongly, but it makes correct sense elsewhere, il était parti, for example. So this était sound itself could be an auxiliary elsewhere. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But that wouldn't be the number one with the present in the middle. What tense is in the middle, Brie, if you said il était parti? The whole thing is the pluperfect, but what tense would be in the middle? If you said il était parti, it wouldn't be present in the middle. Rather, it would be which tense in the middle? It would be
was.
That's right, Brie. Fifth point, 6th point, fuck knows. When you guys talk about being, it isn't just states, like I have been, you know, in a weird mood or something. It's also geography. I have been to, you know, New York several times. So in other words, that's when we get confused with be and go. I went to New York versus I've been to New York. Now, if they're both recent, you can exchange this. Denise has been to the shop. Denise went to the shop. You know, in English, they're interchangeable. Yeah, Denise has been to the shop. Denise has gone to the shop, whatever. But if it's in life, one is an action in the past. Denise went to the shop. Denise est allée au magasin. Denise a été au magasin would kind of be this. Has Denise ever been to the shop? Yes, she has. She knows that shop. So don't confuse be and go for transport, which is our next problem, yeah? A final problem is that you all have a bias towards j'ai rather than a and a, because you use more French with the je. Agreed? So how would you say he has been? We've agreed it's j'ai été. How would you say he has been?
Il a été.
Gorgeous vocal sliding. I'm going to add in a bonus problem. Remember when you say the word was, but you are referring to an action, you ain't going to use was as your word in English, are you? Because English doesn't have a simple past of the verb to be. London was bombed is the example I always teach this with. If you mean as an adjective description, so when I walked through London in 1951, London was still bombed and desolate in the East End or something, yeah, as a description. Londres était bombardé. Or if you mean more than one repeated action, Londres a été bombardé. But if you mean one action in the past, what does an action have in the past, Brie? An action has an
auxiliary.
So if you were referring to London got bombed last night, God perish the thought, but London got bombed last night, would it be Londres était bombardé or Londres a été bombardé? If it's referring to an action, what tense is it?
It happened one time.
I can't hear you, Brie, my darling girl.
A été, it happened one time.
Gorgeous. And what is the name of the grammar that follows the verb to be there? Although it comes from a verb, it is going to be spelt like the adjective, isn't it? And it can also grammatically match the noun. So how would you say, Brie, the house was constructed, but referring to an action? The house got built, in other words. The house was constructed is me helping you, but the house got built. Off you go.
La maison a été construite.
Good, and because it's now an adjective, construit, C-O-N-S-T-R-U-I-T, what now needs to go on the end of that to make it work for a feminine house?
Construise.
Your brain is being clever because your brain goes, this is the hard form of construit. Je construis, tu construis, il construit, nous construisons, vous construisez, ils construisent. That is the hard form of the verb. We're looking at the hard form of the past participle. How do you spell, people, the past participle of any word which is an uir? So produire, j'ai produit, séduire, I seduced, j'ai séduit, steady on Brendan, I know I'm hot. I deduced, j'ai déduit, I reduced, j'ai réduit. What is the last letter in the past participle of that word, Brie? Is it S or T?
It should be a T.
It's a T because it matches the third person. Lovely. So if I then got construit and I then make it feminine as an adjective, how will I pronounce that word?
Construite.
That's it. So would you now say la maison a été construite?
La maison a été.
A été construite. Yeah.
La maison a été construite.
Lovely. If you said, oh look, here's a photograph of Grandpappy's field. When he and Grandmama got married, they bought some land and they built a house. Well, what year is this? Well, I guess it's 1960 because the house was built there, as in the house was description built in the field. La maison était construite. I remember when the house was built, you know, la maison a été construite. Do you all see the difference on that? And if you don't, speak now, because, you know, speak now or forever hold my peace. Yeah.
So it's the one with the photo. Is this photo? Cette photo a été prise?
That's spot on correct.
Okay.
So because it's referring to the action being taken, it's therefore going to have a gender appropriate adjectival spelling of the verb. And let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. A lot of adjectives can come from verbs. Brendan is well known in the fetish community in France. Okay? He's like Sticky Vicky, but for France. Il est bien connu. Connu is the past participle of the verb connaître. Do we agree? But it's become an adjective here. Yeah? All right? So, yeah. So, la maison, la photo a été prise. Yeah? La photo a été prise. Is that completely clear? Yeah?
Yeah.
Let me give you some other examples of where this is quite useful. Brendan, how do you say there is? Just plain and simple, there is.
Il y a.
Denise, referring to a change taking place, all of a sudden, how do you say there was an accident, but referring all of a sudden to a change taking place?
Il a été.
Stand still, I'm so bored. What verb is il y a using? What verb?
Il a, avoir.
Which verb are we using with il y a? What verb is in it?
Avoir.
Good. Is avoir être? Yes or no?
No.
Therefore, if we're sticking it in the tense that we need, what tense has Brie told us that we need if we're referring to an action in the past?
A été.
She did not say été. She did not say that. What tense did she say we need for an action?
Passé composé.
Lovely. So she never said été. She said passé composé. Well, she said fucking été a few times, I'll give you that. But by the time she started speaking sense, by the time I'd panel beaten her into speaking sense, poor cow, she was saying été. The fact that that's the verb to fucking be, we don't care. It's about the tense. So in any way, shape or form, Den, do we have a fucking été in the verb avoir in the past, in the passé composé? Yes or no? Do we have the word été in the verb avoir in the passé composé? Yes or no?
Sorry, I'm not understanding. I know.
Stars and stripes in the drawer. Listen to Auntie Lukey. Take avoir. Take. Brendan, give me the name of the first person you ever kissed. Just some random name.
I'd have to make it up because I can't remember that from that.
Okay, your uncle. So let's say Brendan's uncle had a coffee. Off you go. Sorry, I forgot how the North worked from memory. I do apologise. So Brendan's uncle had a coffee. Which is an action, Denise, isn't it? Which is an action. Brendan's uncle had a coffee. How would you say that?
L'oncle de Brendan a eu un café.
Lovely. You've gone into an auxiliary tense of avoir. Fine. So what did a morph into in the past tense? A eu. So if we say il y a, what's that going to be in the exact same shit that we've just done?
Il a eu.
Why are we losing the e? Denise, which word are we going to be changing the tense of? That one. Yep.
Il y a eu.
That's right. Have we done this before?
Yeah.
We only change people the verb. Any crapping on, mon, ton, noncy, crappy shit that's gone before it, we keep. We keep. So would you please do for me, don't do infinitive. Well, actually, no, you can. You can, in more formal French, use the infinitive for this one, but don't worry about it. Just do present, was, will, would, subjunctive. Present on the middle, was on the middle. Could you do that for me, please, with il y a? You can say avant d'y avoir and après y avoir, you know, you can do all of that, but we're not going to do that because that's a bit more complicated on this occasion. But could you do me the present was, will, would, subjunctive, present was, will, would, subjunctive with il y a? Off you go.
Il y a, il avait, il aura, il aurait.
Don't in your mouth. Now, let me point out a very good point. Il est, il a, and il y a all exist. And you guys have got to, particularly in the listening. Yeah, all right? So make sure I'm hearing il y a. I'm going via here, aren't I? Have you got il y a, il y avait, il y a.
Il y a, il
No,
y a.
no, you get il. You get il. It's the same twice, isn't it? Il y. Yeah, il y a.
Il y a, il
Nice.
y avait, il y aura, il y aurait.
Il y aura ou il y aura?
Il y aura. Il y aurait, il est intéressant qu'il ait.
Where is my E gone? Have I not just made the point about the requisite keeping of the pronoun? Did Linky not beg you to only change the verb? Did he? Did he? Did
Yes.
he?
Yeah.
Back you go.
Il y a, il y avait, il y aura, il y aurait, il est intéressant qu'il ait.
Where's the E?
il-
Denise, my darling girl, you are saying il est, which is gorgeous for he has. We ain't saying he has, are we? We're saying, okay, pop the word un problème on the end. Il y a un problème. Il y avait un problème. There will be a problem. There will be a problem. It's interesting, there's a problem. This shit is completely normal French all the time. Off you go.
Il y a un problème, il y aurait.
My order, Denise.
Okay. Il y a un problème, il y avait un problème, il y aura un problème, il y aurait un problème, il y aurait.
Subjunctive, il est intéressant qu'il y.
Il est intéressant qu'il y aurait un problème.
Subjunctive.
Il est intéressant qu'il ait un problème. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I know.
How happy out of 10 am I when people fuck up I and A in the subjunctive? Is this A, something I love, B, something I tolerate, or C, one of my absolute pet hates because it shows you guys are reading about the A and the I? Which one is it, Denise? A, B, or C?
C.
It's C. What's the subjunctive of the verb to have?
Is A.
Go again. Now would you go again? Il y a, il y avait, il y aura, il y aurait, il est intéressant qu'il y ait. Just do that.
Okay. Il y a, il y avait, il y aura, il y aurait, il est intéressant qu'il y ait.
Good. Now sometimes you might, your brain just has to go, I've never said that shit. I've never said that. Say to me, there are two women. Say to me, there are two women.
Il y a 2 ans. Il y a deux femmes.
Now, don't get angry with yourself because all that is you've just basically got some lovely muscle memory. Good. We like muscle memory. We like the fact that Denise, who is a French speaker, is comfortable saying, yeah, 2 years ago, il y a 2 ans. Fine. We like that. Muscle memory is good, but we've just got to make sure that we can say other stuff. Good. Say for me, it's surprising there are 2 women in Brendan's bedroom.
C'est surprenant qu'il y a 2 femmes.
It's surprising is going to do what? It's surprising that is going to do what, Denise? Lukey's not a happy girl. What comes, Denise, after it's surprising that? What kind of a sentence is it's surprising?
Subjunctive.
It isn't a subjunctive sentence. What kind of a sentence is it's surprising? It is a
Neutral.
But you're guessing that. Save me the names of my subjunctives. Want, need, doubt. Run through that list.
Want, need, doubt, fear, and personal emotion.
Good. What is it's surprising if not an impersonal sentence? Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Totally?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly?
Mm-hmm.
If it's an impersonal sentence, it is adjective that, it is adjective that. Unless that adjective is kind of fairly secure, like it's certain that, it's probable that, it's whatever that. It's weird that shit will be subjunctive. It's surprising that that shit will be subjunctive, as we've done before. So say for me, it's surprising that there are two women in Brendan's bedroom. Brendan, you invited them before me. How could you? Off you go.
C'est surprenant. Il y a...
No. What goes in the middle? Auntie Denise, when we do a subjunctive, person one or thing one, verb one, person or thing, verb two. And what sits in the middle of most of the subjunctives?
Que.
Back you go, off you go. It's surprising there are two women in Brendan's bedroom.
C'est surprenant qu'il soit...
Or the verb you don't like, and I'm really trying, is il, I, a, isn't it?
Wait, right.
When you guys learn a subjunctive, I don't deny a lot of the time spoken life-wise, it will be soit. Give you guys a Bianca, you'll come out with a bloody soit. It's not a bad thing to have, just to remember that certain expressions are the subjunctive. I think it's quite a sensible thing to do, actually. I think it's very sensible. But you can have any verb in a subjunctive, can't you? Yeah? So, in other words, there is the verb that we are playing with, and that is the one you're going to pop in the subjunctive. Up again.
Right. C'est surprenant qu'il y ait deux
Good. Go
femmes.
cleanly again. C'est surprenant. Go cleanly. Do not miss a word out.
C'est surprenant qu'il y ait...
Good. Qu'il y ait. We've got the E in there, definitely. Yeah. Deux femmes dans la salle dans la chambre de Brendan. Good. Right. Now go down for me onto the bottom. Not you, Brendan. Go down for me on the bottom line. The bottom line. The bottom line of il y a. What verb, Denise, are we playing with? I think, yeah.
I'm so stupid today.
You're not being stupid. You're trying to take it into three different things. You're trying to forget the fact that... So let me remind you why this keeps happening in the brain. A, none of you will listen to me in a million years, but that's what it is. B, you are used to going fle. A, ave, aura. You're more commonly used to using have when have is the word in the middle. Would you agree with that? Yeah? And on this occasion, have is both the word in the middle and the word at the end. Yeah? Yeah. So in other words, fine. A, ave, I'm shaking. A, ave, aura, aurait, a. A, eu, ave, eu, aura, eu, aurait. Do you see, Denise, it's got to, because as Breeze told us, if it's got an auxiliary, what does it need to have on the end? A past
participle.
That's it. So now we're introducing a whole new load of tenses, all of which are spoken every day in French, and I won't be doing my job properly to get you to advanced French if you didn't know. There's been a problem. Il y a eu un problème. There has been. Even listen to the English. It's got an auxiliary. There has been a problem. Il y a eu un problème. But even if you said all of a sudden, there was a problem. What tense have we established? People that we use when a change suddenly takes place? Passé composé. So, soudainement, what would that one be then? All of a sudden there was a problem.
Sûrement, il y a eu un problème.
Don't say il y a eu.
Il y a eu un problème.
Lovely. Now, can you join the end of eu to un problème as beautifully as you went il y a eu? Il y a eu un problème. Slide from slide to slide. Il y a eu un problème.
Il y a eu un problème.
Good. I strongly recommend that you people practice this shit with any compound verb with a have. For example, Brendan, let's do something else. How would you say I needed, using besoin, which is not something I'll give you guys very often. How would you say I needed to leave if we're talking suddenly using besoin? So how would you present tense, Brendan, using besoin, say I need to leave? Present tense, how do you say I need to leave? Present tense, I need to leave, using besoin.
J'ai besoin de partir.
Nice voice. My God, I've broken my brain to get that voice, haven't I? I really have. That voice is sounding really good. My God, I'm exhausted. I'll wind up in an asylum, but that is a good voice. Now say for me, I needed to leave, referring to a sudden mental change taking place. Brendan.
J'ai eu besoin de partir.
That's right. Bree, do one for me. I want to leave using envie, present tense. I want to leave using envie, present tense. So I want to leave.
J'ai envie de partir.
Go again, so for me in lovely French.
J'ai envie de partir.
Good. Everybody today has used shit-hot French vocally at speed when pushed. So don't, when practicing, not do that. Or you'll hear, as you hear this week, people have problems in listening. So say again for me, Denise. J'ai eu envie de partir. So I apologize. J'ai envie de partir. And again, j'ai envie de partir.
J'ai envie de partir.
Lovely. Now, all of a sudden, I needed to leave.
J'ai eu envie de partir.
It's that simple, isn't it? Yeah? Don't lose sight of verbs with past participles. He resents me. Il m'en veut. Il m'en veut. Tia, could you say for me, all of a sudden, he resented me? I don't care. I'll make his French brilliant. He resents me, present tense. Il m'en veut. What verb are we playing with? How would you say for me, he resented me, Tia, but referring to an action?
Il m'en a voulu.
Is it beautiful grammatically, but is it man or mon?
Il m'en a voulu.
Il m'en a voulu. So you've got all the vowels there. Il m'en a voulu. And again?
Il m'en a voulu.
Good. I resented myself, Tia, all of a sudden.
Je m'en ai eu. Non.
What hideous fucking crime has just taken place?
Je m'en ai voulu.
Stand still, you've just done it twice. Brendan, on my screen, you're right next to Tia. Reach into her box and smack around the frickin'. No, I don't believe in hitting women. Do something really, really terrible. Make her spend a whole week in the house on her own with her husband, with no kids. Just conversation between the two of them. No kids to distract them. Punish her, Brendan.
Horrible punishment.
What bloody auxiliary are we going to use, Auntie Tia, if we've got je me?
Oui, c'est.
Now, you guys are sensitive to je me being subjunctive. Shut up, Luke, you fool. Being reflexive, or not reciprocal, but you take my point. If it was il se plural, you'd be reciprocal. You guys, when you hear a je m'en, forget that the minute there's a me there, even if there's an on there as well, you guys go, oh yeah, fine, je m'en ai. There ain't no money. Okay? It doesn't exist. Je m'en ai. It doesn't exist. Il m'en can go into a have. And that's why you perpetuate this crap. Because if you said, for example, he resented me, Denise is nodding, she gets it. I love nodding. I fucking love nodding. Il m'en a voulu. Fine. He bought me some. Il m'en a acheté. Are we all clear that mon means me and then some form of a pronoun. And that me verb could be done by somebody else. Brendan bought me some. I said, oh, that's a nice hand wash, Brendan. Oh, Luke, I'll get you some. That's only Carrefour, like cherry blossom, whatever. You know, il m'en a acheté. I bought myself some. Tia, what would be I bought myself some?
Je me suis acheté.
Where's the on gone?
Je m'en suis acheté.
Are you right? Do you remember? So je m'en is never going to be a. All right? Agreed?
Oui.
Good. Lovely. Any other questions about anything we've done today that you want going over again? Because I don't want to have to, you know, come back and find that stuff's not clear. Anything that we've gone over today that you're like, actually, Luke, I'm going to be honest, I don't quite get that. Here is your amnesty. You know, speak now or forever hold my peace. We good? So do we understand what I mean about this was thing? How will this manifest in English a lot of the time? Got. Yeah? Can I also remind you that in parallel with this business is when often you'll have you'll use je me suis fait or that business. Do you know what I mean? Or, you know, you won't, it's not the only way of doing it, but it's a sizable one. Yeah? Good. Lovely. Let's, for fun, can you all get 5 photos ready next week? Yeah, just 5 different photos. No, okay. Cool. Brilliant. Could you actually all message me? Could you message me privately 5 photos? Yeah, photos that you're happy to be held up and talk about. So Brendan, you know, if it's wiped down fetish, whatever stuff, that's fine, obviously for public consumption. But if it's like, you know, a photo with an uncle that you're like, oh my God, what an ugly sod. We don't want that. Obviously, I want pretty things, pretty things, you know, like Hadrian's Wall, lovely fields, lovely, all this kind of business. I don't anything ugly. So can we, can you all message me privately, not in the group because it'll be too much, you know, can you all message me 5 photos for next week, and I will go, Brie, can you talk about this photo? Can you talk about this photo? And whatever, and I'll get you to talk about it, correct? So you'll have to say something about this photo, yeah? Sound like a plan? Good. Well done. Give me 1 second, I'm going to stop recording. Don't go, I shall speak to you. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember that the Ko-fi link is underneath, Ko-fi. The website will automatically allow you to do, or the link will allow you to do increments of £3. You can do more than that if you want to. I hope you've enjoyed class. Take care. Speak soon. Right, 1 second.